Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at KC 2025 of the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Big Rigs. If you have been paying attention to all the uploads on this channel, you would know that the Big Rigs recently caused me a very huge issue. So let's back up a little bit. For those of you who don't know, the last case of Big Rigs that we looked at was Case B 2024. My goal was to actually stay in line with the Big Rigs and actually review them in the order that they came out. However, last video I made a very huge mistake because there was something that I did not realize happened between 2024 and 2025. The new truck in Case B 2024 was Rhinomite. But I didn't get the original 2024 release because the Big Rigs are insanely hard to find. So I ended up doing what I had to do, and I got the 2025 version, ripped her open, and discovered that the 2025 version is different than the 2024 version. How, you might ask? Well, it has nothing to do with the paint scheme. It actually has to do with the chassis. And I'm going to show off that difference in today's video because one of the trucks that you see on screen, all of the trucks that we're about to look at today, and -1 are new for 2025, but the first truck we're going to look at came out in 2024, and I have both versions here today to show you what changed between the two versions. And that's what we're going to cover first. So yeah, today we're covering the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Big Rigs. We went from Case B 2024 to Case C 2025, which, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the final case of Big Rigs for 2025. I think the next one's 2026, if they're still doing them. We have no confirmation if the Big Rigs are still continuing. I hope they do. They're pretty dang cool, I'm not gonna lie. And the fact that, I mean, come on, it's a Hot Wheels Monster Trucks side series and they haven't done a Bigfoot release yet. We need a Bigfoot Big Rig to happen. That has to happen. So, yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it with our first installment in today's case, which is Tiger Shark. We're going to go ahead and kick it off with Tiger Shark. And like I said, Tiger Shark is the only one here that is not new for 2025, hence why I kind of wanted to cover it first. Also, it is the first one on the back of the package, so it kind of makes sense why we're doing that one first. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So Tiger Shark, of course, like usual, I've got the normal monster truck version here today as well to contrast to the Big Rig so you can see the difference. And then, as I told you guys, I also have the old monster truck here as well for the Big Rig, so you can, like a little Russian nesting doll, except not at all like a Russian nesting doll. These are more like Aztec Skittles. I think is what they call those little totem things that they stack in Aztec times. I don't know, I could be wrong. Anyways, here is the three of them put together. Let's go ahead and rip this open and then we'll do the comparison, and I'll show you what changed. It's weird that does it weird out anybody else that the truck that is always shown in the render with the Big Rig never matches the actual truck? I've always thought that was really weird, because like here we got Hot Wheels Racing number 4, Mega Rex has Bone Shaker, 5 Alarm has Race Ace, and then Motosaurus has Mega Rex, which is kind of strange. But yeah, here we go. All right, so here is the 2025 Mega Rex, or wow, Tiger Shark, that's what I meant to say. That's going to be embarrassing. Don't clip that, chat. Yeah, so basically, at first glance, it looks the same. However, woo, been a while since I've done that. Been a hot minute since I've done that. Holy crap. Hit the camera. All right. All right, so here is the two of them put together here. And like I said, at first glance, nothing really looks different until you notice that the bottom truck doesn't have a chassis on it. See what I mean? Except it does. So here's the difference. On the 2024 Big Rigs, the roll cage and chassis piece were two separate pieces of plastic. As you can see here, the roll cage is black and the chassis is silver. On the 2025 release, the roll cage and chassis are actually molded together as the same piece of plastic in black. That's why there's no secondary piece there. For those of you who don't know, yes, every single Big Rig released in 2024 has had this change made to it. So if you are a completionist who collects every single variant, there are two different versions of every 2024 Big Rig. I think they've re-released every single Big Rig from 2024. So yeah, the 2024 version has the chassis on it. 2025 does not. That's how you can tell the difference. So you can even check yours at home right now. If you've bought them secondhand and you're curious what year they're from, you now have a way to know. Yeah. By the way, the 2024 ones obviously are going to be a lot heavier because of that extra piece of plastic. And then, yeah, if you haven't seen this big rig before, how it works is it's got the little fishing reel on the back that drops down, and then you take your truck and you load it up on the hook, you know, like you're fishing. Except this one is a little difficult because the way that it works is it hooks onto the actual chassis, and that doesn't, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. Try and get that to hook up correctly. But yeah, there you go. That's how the Tiger Shark big rig works. I did not do this correctly at all, but yeah, you can kind of see it there. Pretty cool. Tiger Shark was one of my favorites from the original ones just because I loved how creative it was. I love that the back half of the big rig I love that the big rig in general, first off, just looks like a full shark body. I thought that was really cool with the little water here. Very just insanely creative design by Hot Wheels all around. Like, that is great. I also just realized I have not been zoomed in this whole time. That's not exactly helpful. But yeah, just all around a very creative design by Hot Wheels for this big rig. They did a fantastic job on it. And yeah, I think for a series in general that we all can unanimously agree is really awesome. The big rigs have just been absolutely incredibly fun to collect. That is not at all how I thought up that sentence in my head, but it came out in a way that worked, I think. It got my point across. But yeah, so there's Tiger Shark to start things off. Figure we start off with a simple one here. Just the one that we all know, and now we're going to go down the line. Now, our next one here is the new for 2025. So this one actually came out in 2025. This was the new truck for Case B. So this one technically is a re-release for this set, but it is still new for 2025. And that is the Mega Rex here. Now this is a secondary version of Mega Rex. The original one, as we all know, had the matching paint scheme to this Mega Rex. This Mega Rex here, on the other hand, is a darker green color. Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, the variant that this closest matches to is the Costco exclusive RC Mega Rex that came with the exclusive 1/64 scale diecast. I think that's the one that this matches closest to. I could be wrong about that though. It definitely is close though, because that one did have orange and green. I distinctly remember that. So let's go ahead and rip this one open. As you can see, look at that. Orange on both the roll cage and chassis because it is molded together. Not that you'd have to not that you'd be able to confuse that, though. That's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that this one, like I said, was new for 2025. So no doubt about it, this one will have both. You can't really confuse that one. Okay, here we go. So Mega Rex, for those of you who don't know, there's two types of big rigs. There are the tow truck, or there's the I guess you could call them the wrecker big rigs, where they have the towing apparatus on the back. And then there's the flatbed big rigs, where they haul the truck on top of it. Mega Rex is a flatbed. So as you can see on this one, it's got Mega Rex written down the side, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks with the check. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull a Ryan Albin here, and I'm going to go get the other one so we can compare. I had a request on my last Super Rigs video to try reviewing stuff like Ryan Albin does, so I'm going to try doing that. I am definitely, in 2026, I do want to change how I do my reviews a little bit, because since my reviews aren't going to be the main focus of my videos anyways, I'd rather put some more effort into them, so that way, you know, when they do get views, people can actually enjoy them a lot better. Always open to suggestions, by the way. If you have any suggestions on how I can make my videos better, always let me know. I am very much willing to listen. So there's a couple of major things that need to be noticed here. As you can see, this is the OG Mega Rex here. This is the old one. You can tell because of the chassis. I'm going to stop saying that. It's getting annoying. Yeah, basically the main difference you need to notice is, again, this one here is meant to match the actual truck itself. Well, this one's meant to be the new variant with its bright green. What's noticeable, though, is that you can tell... Oh, what? Oh, I didn't realize that works perfectly like that. Is that you can tell here, the logos are actually different between these two. This one has a more of a color gradient to it. And this one, because it's the 2024 version, has the old Monster Trucks logo, while this one has the new one. So you can kind of see that there. That's also a really great way to tell which one's which, or whether or not. But that's the thing about Tiger Shark, is they're not going to change the logo unless they completely redo the design. The rims are different, obviously. That's really the only main thing that changes that I really needed to show off here. As for the rest of this one, you can kind of just see what you need to see here. It's very much a brand new, never before seen design. I love that sparkly green, though. That is a metal flake green on the front. That looks great. I love the lightning bolt patterns. Very, very nice. Again, this is kind of just meant to look like a whole dinosaur body just done up here. You got the head, you got the front arms, and you got the back legs. With the tail and everything. Very, very cool. And then, of course, like I said, because it's a flatbed, you can haul your truck around on top of it like that, and that's how it's supposed to work. Because of the way these things are built, they don't tip as much as a normal 1/64 scale truck would, so you don't have to worry about your truck falling off. And yeah, there you go. That is the new Mega Rex right there. Very, very cool. Let's get this one off the studio. I bumped my dang camera yet again. I am getting back into a habit that I thought I killed way back last year, so that's upsetting. Anyways, Mega Rex and Mega Rex. Let's jump into our next one here. Speaking on the topic of dinosaurs, this is actually new for this case. For some reason, case C actually had 2 new identities in it, which is not something that happens very often. And your first new identity is Motosaurus. Besides case A 2024, which had 4 new identities because it was the first ever wave of big rigs, this is the first time in big rigs history where we've gotten more than 1 new identity per case. This is the first of those new identities, the Motosaurus. This is kind of giving me weird flashbacks because I remember covering this on Monster Truck Diecast News Weekly and thinking like, whoa, I can't wait till this hits stores, and now I'm holding it in my hand. Crazy how time flies like that. And no, that was not a monster truck pun. Speaking of time flies, y'all wish we could get more diecast that truck from Spin Master. Like, I know everybody calls that truck ugly. I really like it. I always thought Time Flies was cool. I want a black one. Actually, you know what I want? I want the red and silver one that we've never gotten a diecast of. That's what I think. If Spin Master makes a new Time Flies, that's what I think they should do. Is that one? That would be neat. Okay, so here's the Motosaurus here, and the closest matching Motosaurus that I had for this one is this guy, which you got to be honest, not too far off, like pretty dang close. To be fair though, we have never, at least not to my knowledge, and I usually stay pretty good with this stuff since I'm the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks guy on Whatnot and stuff like that. I don't think we have ever gotten a Motosaurus diecast that looks like this. This is the first time it has ever had this paint scheme. So I think honestly, genuinely, this is genuinely the closest you can get. So yeah. So here it is, the Motosaurus. You got that scale design, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, Hot Wheels with the caution tape. I will say one thing I absolutely love about the big rigs is that they all have caution tape on the side of the truck. That is consistent across all of them. And I don't know why. Yeah, it looks a little weird on some of them, but I love that detail. I love that all of the big rigs consistently have a detail that they share, and I think that's neat. So yeah, there's the Motosaurus. No clue where the driver would sit on this. The seat is right in there, so I guess he would sit in there and then maybe somehow see out of here, I guess. I have no idea. Very, very cool. Oh, these are like hard rubber. These are not... Okay, so the little spikes on here are not as soft as they are on here. As for the apparatus on the back, it is, again, a towing apparatus, so it should pull out. Yep, there we go. Oh, sick. It looks like a spine. Oh, that's so cool. That's actually dope. What? That's neat. Hold up. For those of you who don't know, the Tiger Shark one looks like rope. Looks like rope, and then this one looks like a spine. That's cool. I didn't know that changed on each one. That's actually really fascinating. I don't know what this is supposed to be on the back. It is a Stegosaurus, which you can kind of see the tail right here. I have no clue what this giant blocky piece is supposed to be back here. Is it like an engine, or what is it? Like, you can kind of see the tail design there on the back with this giant piece. I have no clue if that's meant to be an engine or what that's supposed to be. But again, this is another towing one. You hook it onto your axles like that, and there you go. You can tow your little Motosaurus around with your big one. I gotta say, honestly, for a Motosaurus big rig, I don't think they could have done a better design. I also got to admit the paint scheme's really awesome. I actually really do like the paint scheme on this. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. That's Motosaurus. Pretty cool, honestly. I really like that. I love the spine. That's neat. It also clicks really satisfying when you put it back in there. That's cool. Okay, we got one left here. And this one is one that I'm really excited to look at because I never got the OG paint scheme of this, but I do have the new one here. And it is 5 Alarm, the fire truck, as a big rig. A no-brainer. If they would have somehow never done a 5 Alarm big rig, they would have been out of their minds. I'm actually really shocked that they haven't tried to do a Lil Holland 64 as a big rig. I guess you don't really have to because that's what the whole point of that truck is. So I guess that's dumb. I don't know. Maybe Gotta Dump or Gotta Go, the toilet truck as a big rig. Hot Wheels. Big rig, you got to do Bigfoot first, and then we need the toilet truck as a big rig. Please make this happen. That would be so awesome. All right, here we go. Weirdly enough, though, the toilet, the OG Gotta Go truck actually has a very similar paint scheme to this, which is kind of interesting. And this is the other new release for this case of big rigs, by the way. So yeah, very, very cool. Let's take a look at it here. Now, to find a matching 5 alarm for this was pretty difficult because they haven't really done a green 5 alarm before, except they have. It just looks nothing like this. And I can guarantee this is a very obscure truck. I can guarantee most of you watching this have never seen this 5 alarm before. This was a very obscure release back in like 2020. Very obscure release of the truck. But yeah, this is the 5 alarm big rig here. I like the colors on it. I'll give it that. Very toxic design, that's for dang sure. You got the axe and the crowbar on the side, which is pretty fun. 5 alarm, again, the caution tape, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, Hot Wheels Fire Department. This side, you got the hose, or the hose nozzle, not nozzles, fixtures. What am I looking for? What's the word that I'm looking for? The hose, you know what I'm trying to say. I can't think of it all. Oh, it'll come back to me. Hot Wheels Fire Department, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks. And then you got that toxic sludge look across the whole truck. Very interesting to me that the cab here is metal and then the rest is plastic. I guess that's kind of how they all are. The front part is metal and then the back part is plastic. I guess they're all like that. And then, of course, as you can see, the ladder pops out to be your little tow hook. Oh, you got a chainsaw and a Jaws of Life sitting in there as well. That's cool. Love that. And then you hook her up like that. There you go. And then you can tow your fire truck around. So if one fire truck breaks down, you call out the bigger one to come deal with the problem, and that's how you get the job done. So there you go, everybody. That is the Case C of the 2025 big rigs. Man, I cannot think of that word that I'm trying to remember. It's got the hose gaskets, not that. No, it's the fixtures on the side of the truck. You screw the hose nozzle in. Crap. It's gonna come to me any second now, or I'm gonna be in the recording, or in the middle of recording the next video, and then it's gonna come to me. Dang. Anyways, as I was saying, that is all we got for this case of trucks today, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta say, pretty okay set. It's interesting. The Tiger Shark is kind of, you know, we've seen it so many times that it really doesn't stand out all that much. It's still a cool truck, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, it just doesn't stand out all that much. The new Mega Rex design is pretty neat, but I like the original one better. The new 5 alarm design is pretty neat. I like the original one better. Motosaurus is probably the highlight of the set, in my opinion. That one's actually really cool. But yeah, that is the whole... That's the whole set of big rigs right there, ladies and gentlemen. I find it funny that they're all towing ones except Mega Rex. Mega Rex is the only flatbed one in this set, which is kind of interesting. 5 alarm kind of looks like it'd be a flatbed one, but it ain't. Or maybe it is. I mean, you could use it as a flatbed one, I bet. I don't think you're supposed to, but you could. But yeah, everybody, there you go. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.